Hi there, I'm Cherrick and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you an update on our homeschool for spring, and let's just say it's been all about survival. When asked by a friend, how are things going? All I can say is, well, we are moving forward. This semester has brought a ton of challenges for us. I have a baby who has not been sleeping well at night and also during the day. I have a 3-year-old who has regressed in potty training. We moved churches, and we're trying to buy a house in this insane, ridiculous market, and have had 2 offers fall through in the last 30 days. So we just have a lot going on. So as far as our homeschool goes, we are in full-on survival mode. So I have kind of tried to figure out what can I control and where do I really need to apply my creativity so that I am not feeling just so exhausted constantly. And one of the things that we did was we moved our boys' room from across the hall from us to down into the basement. We have a 4-bedroom home, but my husband offices in the 4th bedroom in the basement. So there's a wide open kind of community space there. But anyway, we have just trying to figure out how to get the baby to sleep. People keep coming into my bedroom. He's been in our bedroom, but anyway, just for lots of reasons, that has not been working for this child. It was fine with child number 6, child number 7, not so much. So we moved all the boys down to the basement. The baby has his own room across the hall from us, and I have been working over the course of the last week to try to get him to sleep better. We have a noisemaker going. I'm trying to put him down at regular times. I've actually had to let him cry a little bit because he was using us as a crutch. We were soothing him too much, holding him too much, and then when we would put him down, he would pop back up and I couldn't get him to go to sleep. Anyway, so he's 9 months old now and should be able to be put down in a crib and fall asleep I should be able to put him down awake and then he should be able to fall asleep in the crib. So now over the last couple of days, really, so let's see, we got him it's been a week since we've had him in his room, his own room. So now we're kind of getting to the place where the routine is starting to work in our favor. I am still tired because we did have some hiccups over the last couple days, but overall that problem seems to be mostly solved. I don't want to say it's totally solved. Now, from a homeschool perspective, we are in what I would consider low power mode. We are doing reading, writing, math every day, and then we are doing recitation on a regular basis. And then I'm going to talk in another video about our mini morning time survival mode. But the main thing I'm focusing on is trying to get my kindergartner stronger in her reading. She's 6, so she's kind of an older kindergartner. The last part of what I had mentioned in my introduction is we have been house shopping, and then we also have changed churches. So we've been at our church for 5 years, and we've been looking for a home for 1 to 2 years, depending on when you start counting. And we actually looked up in a different part of town than we had been looking and realized that that area has a lot more homes that fit our needs. And we had visited one of the churches up in that area during COVID when our church was requiring masks. And we really liked it. And we thought, you know what, since in that area, this area has a lot more homes that work for us, let's go check it out again. So we checked out that church and found that we're just pulling in the same direction as far as just how we're looking at youth ministry, how we want our kids to be enfolded into a church body. We really want them to just be a part of the church family from birth to launching, I guess, 18, 19, 20. So this church has a bit allowed us to have a small group where the whole family can come. They have Bible study once a month that also accommodates all of us at the same time. You know, men's, women's, youth, and even kind of the elementary kids are able to all have a place to go on that one day a month. So we have just been so pleased that the Lord would kind of turn our heads and go, hey, these guys are actually pulling in the same direction. So we just kind of made that switch in the last 2 months, and it's been heart-wrenching. You know, after spending 5 years building relationships and really trying to make it work at our other church, we really dislike church shopping and really want to commit to a church family over time. But I think what happened is during COVID, a lot of different core values start to come up. And even though we agree on a lot of doctrinal areas, you know, the Westminster Confession of Faith and a lot of kind of these historic church documents, we started to realize that how that works itself out, we're not in agreement with in our lives. So, you know, I know that this other church is full of sinners, just like the other one was. But pulling in the same direction does help at least cut down some of that friction and help us, you know, to be pulling in the same direction. So going over to this kind of, again, it's related to our house shopping because we've put in 2 offers on homes in the last month and both of them were not accepted. And it's very stressful right now. People are moving. We live in the state of Tennessee, and this is one of the states that tons of people are moving to. Lots of Californians, lots of people from New York. I mean, we just have a lot of folks moving here. So it's actually really driving up housing prices. We've seen 30-40% housing increase, appreciation on the homes here in the last 2 years. So usually appreciation on homes here is like 3%, 1 to 3%, you know, 3% on a good year. So, you know, it's just stressful when, you know, we're finally at a point where we can buy a home, and so is everybody else. So I think that's just typical. Like, we're just very millennial in how we're acting, how we're behaving. We're probably an old millennial. But that's my update. I'd love to hear feedback from you guys. What's going on with you? Have you been affected by the housing market? Have you been affected by some of these different things with COVID? Just it's like aftershock kind of. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.